This show is not affiliated with BCC High School or Montgomery County Public Schools.
Period. Stamp.
What's good with y'all, Barons?
Now that Valentine's Day is over, we can all stop pretending that we believe in love and get back to our regular content.
On today's episode, we're going to learn about the history of go-go, meet a very special Bartist,
and inform people on the dangers of starting your own podcast.
I'm Nikolai.
And I'm Kiara. And you're not watching BCC TV.
In honor of Black History Month, let's jump right in and learn about DC's signature music genre and its history.
There's more to DC than just monuments, politicians, and cherry blossoms. Outside of the federal city lies a cultural hub, and what really sets DC apart from anywhere else in the world is its own genre, unique unto itself, go-go, the official music of DC.
Go-go! From the go-go capital of the world, Washington, D.C.
Welcome to D.C. You know we're at the USA Cup. You're taking it slightly, I'm taking it slightly. Now how you go at them, you gon' be right back. Well, we gon' be right here, we gon' be right here. We ain't going nowhere.
Percussion is the key to go-go. The go-go beat is called the pocket. The kit drummers keep the main pocket, while the other percussionists on congas, timbales, and cowbells add in some flavor on top. The music relies on non-stop grooves to keep the people on their feet and on the dance floor. And like most music forms, go-go has its roots in Africa. Go-go is more than just music. It's a whole experience. The best way to explain it is just to show you. That's Chuck Brown, the godfather of go-go.
I don't hear you. Oh, yes, I do. Okay.
Chuck Brown pioneered the sound, style, and the experience of go-go. His fusion of funk, jazz, and Latin quickly spread throughout the city. The Godfather's legacy is unmatched, and there's simply been no go-go without Chuck Brown. Soon, go-go music was all around the city. The music of go-go is as ingrained into the city as its multi-generational native Washingtonians, and you can't separate either of them from the city, though that doesn't mean some people aren't trying to. Like any other metropolitan area, DC natives are fighting the battle of gentrification. In the spring of 2019, go-go and gentrification clashed heads. The famous 7th and Florida T-Mobile / Metro PCS store is a beloved and historic site for go-go. For years, the speakers out on the corner were blasting go-go 24/7, until one day, it all went silent, when residents of the new luxury condos nearby filed a noise complaint. This was a slap in the face to DC natives and their culture. Washingtonians would not stand by and allow their music to be silenced, and let this blatant gentrification occur. The hashtag Don't Mute DC movement was born, and go-go was the flag to rally behind it. The people responded and brought the noise with them. Led by go-go bands, large crowds gathered around that same corner to show defiance against gentrification. Demonstrations ran for months. On April 10, 2019, the music came back to 7th and Florida when the chief executive of T-Mobile spoke. The music should not stop in DC. But it didn't stop there. The Don't Mute DC movement paved the way for organizations like Long Live Go-Go, Mochella, and the Go-Go Museum. From dance halls to demonstrations, the people of DC had been heard, and go-go had revealed itself as a powerful protest tool. However, go-go has always been political protest music. While not always pushing the message lyrically, through expressions of black joy and cultural resistance, go-go has always been an attempt by black DC natives to negotiate and express their African heritage and to revise, affirm, and project their collective cultural identities. It's important to recognize the cultural icons and social and political pioneers of African American history that got us where we are today. But it's pivotal that we recognize their achievements and not let the noise stop with them.
Thanks, guys. And don't forget to honor the people who pioneered the music we listen to today. And now let's meet our very special Bartist, our own cinematographer.
Hi, I'm Aiden O'Connor. Some people call me Boston, and I'm a filmmaker. I'm a cinematographer and producer on BCC TV, and outside of that, I make my own short films and work as a cinematographer on other student shorts and as a first AC on small indie productions. When I was younger, I was kind of very hyperactive, very energetic, and so filmmaking kind of was a way to sort of get out that energy. It was this tiny little silver home video camera. It was like this big. And I just, as soon as I could press the record button, I was just taking videos all the time with that. So in my experience, you really need to find this balance between the technical and the creative side, because they're both extremely important, and you can't really create something meaningful without one or the other. My inspiration often comes from sort of a variety of different mediums, so like photography, music, paintings even, because I think there's just a lot of different things that they have to offer as far as emotive qualities. One moment that I was kind of proud of, though, was back in my old school, and I created a film for kind of the class officers of my class. The final thing happened, it was up on the big screen in front of literally the entire school, and everyone was cheering and screaming at the jump scares. And it was a moment where I was like, I'm actually kind of good at this. Advice that I would give to other people trying to start out in filmmaking is, first of all, be original. Just do what you really want to do. Have fun with it, because if you're not having fun, then what's the point? You know, you're doing this because you love it. And if you can make everyone feel like they have a unique personal connection with something that you created, to me that is success within the craft of filmmaking. When I'm in the middle of a shoot, I feel the most like myself. Filmmaking is really something that's my environment. That's where I feel most natural in and most comfortable in. And it kind of feels like I am worthy of the camera, and it is something that is really like nothing else for me. If you want to check out some of my work, you can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Little Fire Studios. Back to you, Nikolai and Kiara.
Without Boston, we could never make the show the way it is today. So huge thanks to him.
During the pandemic, people have been trying a lot of new hobbies, such as painting, biking, and Netflix. Let's pass it over to Ari and Michael to see what new hobbies they've been picking up.
Bro, what are you watching?
Oh, just a Joe Rogan podcast.
Yo, we should make a podcast.
Yo!
Has this ever been you? Every day, thousands of Americans decide they want to make a podcast. Maybe they think they're funny, or they feel like they have something of value to contribute. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're not funny, and you have nothing interesting to say. This is why you shouldn't make a podcast. First of all, you don't have original ideas. The people in your life might pretend you're interesting, but the truth is you probably just repeat whatever your favorite YouTuber says.
Quick idea for the pod. How about we cover different unsolved crimes?
Already done before.
How about if we do TikTok drama?
Yep, done.
How about we do a daily pod where we cover the news every day?
Done! After hours and hours of trying to come up with something that hasn't been done before, you finally end up with something that's extremely niche and weird.
I finally figured it out! It's gonna be a critical analysis of toad sculpture.
Second, you shouldn't be wasting your time. All that podcasting time could be better spent by getting a real job, or anything where the conversation is limited to thank you and have a nice day.
So, dude, I just got this new app and I'm loving it.
Dude, I love apps.
Hey Ari, can you put your dirty clothes in the basement? I'm doing the laundry.
Dad, we're in the middle of the pod. Can I do it later?
I'm sorry, you're doing a podcast now? Who's your raggedy looking friend here? Did you drag him off the street?
This jacket was $700.
And the last reason why you shouldn't make a podcast? Only losers listen to podcasts. No cool person has ever listened.
Wait, I listen to podcasts.
Case in point. If you or someone you know is thinking about making a podcast, please direct them to our emergency hotline at 1-800-STOPTHEPOD.com. To support our cause, please consider donating to @BCCTV on Venmo. That is, @BCCTV on Venmo. Back to you, Nikolai and Kiara.
Well, Barons, that's all for this week.
Check back in 2 weeks for more news, updates, and humor.
keep those standards high.
And keep my man's Bobby out of jail. I'm Nikolai.
And I'm Kiara. And we're signing off.